Hi everybody. Today I will talk about how to use a React router and to create a React app with React router. Firstly, I create a blank application name React router project. So using the create a React app, and I call this function to create a blank project of React. Okay, so after that you can change directory to React router list on file to confirm that we have a node module, we have package.json. I use a project with WebStorm, browse to the folder. Okay, then inside the project we see some of the basic file and a photo structure, but remember to the dependencies contain some of the library. Then we add the React router DOM. DOM is a document object model. It means all the object, the model or the user interface inside is mapped to an object. The version is latest user star. Then I install this by npm install and wait a few seconds. We see we can npm start to call the project to start the project. This is a default project, and inside it we have the app. App is a component defined by class. By defining a class, we have a class component. So you can remove this line if it is not necessary. I will define the JSX or the Java extensions later. So we remove yes. What about the CSS file? I remove all the internal CSS file and save. Okay, so we have an app, then component, and I import the library for router here, browse router and the router and link from the React router DOM. It is all the component and compatible with the component in React. So the router, I copy the router and use it as a component. So the router is the outer or the parent of the div or division. So inside the router we have the div. So inside the div I have some of the link. The link is a list. The list item, or the list item is inside the unordered list. UI is unordered list. UL. So I custom the style for UI for a list item for unordered list with some of the color space and some of the basic, and this is familiar with HTML. We see that home, new, contact, about, and after clicking to this it point to a separate. Okay, the React component defined as class here, but you can remove this and redefine by arrow function. I use the arrow function with the input parameter and the implementation. The implementation here is JSX. So you can copy this line and you paste this line to here to define JSX as a router. The router is a parent of a div. And after clicking this, we have the same result as the previous. And I create a new directory to contain the components. So inside this we will have multiple components of your app. Okay, then right click to the components, read the JavaScript file. So home mean home component. So the component, so when I click to home, inside this I import the React from React. Remember to import this because it will recognize the arrow function as a component. So we have the home is a component as an arrow function. So inside this we have a div. The div has a heading tree, for example. Very simple. We have a heading tree to show that this is home. This is home component, and I export default the home. So here I can import the home from the home.js. Not necessary to add this. It automatically reads the JS. So I replace this with the link, and the link like a React component, and it is a link here. And the two is a prop or a public property of a component, and the property here point to the root, and there is an end of the link component. And so the router here, the router define which can be shown, and we have the component here. When you click to the root, we have the component home. On this line means that it shows the component depending on your path. After clicking, you have home. And what about the new contact and about? I did similarly with the home, because it is the same as a home. So we have new, we have contact component, we have about component, and this is a link or point to the path. So after defining some of the component, you have defined the separate component. Firstly, we have news component. So the new component has a div like the home. So we have class new, we have constant news is an arrow function, and the JS Java extension has the div. So I export the new as a home. So I do similarly with the context. We have context component, and inside the context component it define the context, the heading tree with container context. Context we have about component, and the about component has the heading tree about inside a div. And here I can import similarly as import the home. I import the new, I import contact, import about component, and then I map using router, the router to path map to this component. Okay, then I refresh, see that called about. Okay, so it is very smooth. You can click to each of the component in. We see each of the link has point to a specific component. Okay, this is the end of my lesson today. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Bye bye.